Are all of
And
it?
we are
Can
back.
everybody hear?
We've made the return. Yeah, you're talk. Let's go.
La, 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 la. This is
There you go.
Trent on the
There you go.
209er line over on
209er
the.
line. Hey, all right. Well, this is
Yeah,
episode
over. I got
45.
paper towels. I got waters. I got Powerades. What do you need? I got cabinets.
Gougie.
Hey.
All right, guys. This is episode what 5 now. We took a little bit of a hiatus because all the fucking cards sucked, and we've been moving and busy, and these guys got parties to go to, and kids, and there's family shit going on. Okay, so don't get on us. 274, some big news happening today. We'll get to that
Oh
in the
boy, oh
near
boy.
future here. But this is a big card, man. This is a big card. We were supposed to have, well, technically we have 2 title fights on the card, but we'll call it 1.5 since one of the competitors fucking shit the bed, and we'll talk about that later. But this is supposed to be a really, really big card. We got Donald Cerrone versus Joe Lozon. This is a battle of the OGs, man. Donald Cerrone has been around since dirt, and Joe Lozon's been around longer than dirt. This man, Joe Lozon started in the UFC, bro, when I was 13 years
Joe
old.
Lozon's the dirt on the dirt, bro.
Dude,
Like,
he's the fucking crustacean. Dude, he's the guy
but
he's the pterodactyl.
we'll get into it. We'll get into
Yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah. So we got DC, Donald Cerrone versus Joe Lozon, right? Battle of the OGs. Then we got even more Battle of the OGs. Well, Obi Pro's not really OG, but he's old as fuck. He's 39. So then we got Mauricio Shogun Hua versus OSP. This is a rematch from 2014. A lot of you may remember OSP knocked him out then. And then we got this is a big boy fight right here. Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson.
Oh boy.
Dog fight. You got your girl Rose Namajunas defending her belt against Carla Esparza. I believe this is also a rematch, if I'm remembering that correctly. Let me just double check here so I'm not spitting out bullshit. Is she? Zhang Weili? No. This is the first time they fought.
Yeah.
No. This is a rematch. Carlos Esparza beat her with a rear naked
Yeah,
choke.
way back in the.
That's interesting. So they fought before. All right, this is the Ultimate Fighter champion. Champion will be crowned season. What a weird
With the
title name.
rear naked choke, and I think,
There you
well,
go.
we can talk
Cookie
about it
Monster.
later. We'll talk
Yeah,
about it
we'll get
later.
into it. Cookie Monster got an early one over. We'll talk about it. And then
Yeah.
the final fight, and this is where all the drama starts, is with Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. And both of these guys are demons right now in lightweight, man.
Right.
But there's obviously some big doings with that fight, and some things are being taken away, and we'll get into that later. But let's start at the first fight here for the card. Let's not go into the prelims because who gives a fuck? Randy Brown, Francisco Lopez
Chaos.
fighting Jordan
Chaos, really?
Royval.
You know, okay, let me just say right off
Go
the
for it. Go
bat,
for it. Go for it.
there's not really a bum on the. Usually, I don't like to pick on the prelim fighters.
Sure.
I don't think there's
Those are
really a
equal
bum.
ones. Yeah.
I don't think there's really a bum on the main card.
I'd agree.
This go around.
I agree.
If I were to pick any bum, probably be Chaos Williams, just because he's named Chaos. Dude, I don't like anybody named like after a fucking like War Machine. He was a fucking mess, dude. Beat up a porn star, went to jail, whatever. He's rotting away now. Fucking Chaos, like, dude, come at me with a
This
real
isn't
name.
chaos though. This isn't chaos though. Are you talking about Kalen Williams?
It says Chaos Williams, bro.
Is it?
Kalen
Kalen
Chaos
Chaos?
Williams.
Okay.
They have him listed as Chaos.
Chaos.
Okay, does he
Chaos.
go?
His name is Chaos the Ox Fighter on Sheerdog. So, yes, Chaos. You had it right.
Yeah,
Chaos the
dude.
Ox Fighter. What the fuck?
Just come at me with a real name. You know what I'm saying?
There you
Fucking
go.
nicknames are okay, but I don't want to see your ass. Like, I don't want to see name on the card. Fucking War Machine McSmithy person. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, this isn't even a nickname. It's like a fucking headline. Chaos the Ox Fighter.
Chaos with a K, bro. I don't know. So that's kind of a bummy name, but we're gonna forego the bum of the night because it's all good on this card. But yeah, let's start off.
It's all good, man. So I'll rip it off with Donald, bro. So Donald and Joe Lozon, all right. I'm confident in saying this. This is probably combined. It probably has the most performance of the night bonuses in one fight. I'm pretty sure Donald Cerrone is number 2 in the UFC in terms of total performance of the night bonuses one.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure Joe Lozon's tied with Nate Diaz for 3rd all-time most performance of the night bonuses one. And Charles Oliveira is number 1. So if my math is correct, we have number 2 and number 3 in terms of overall performance of the night bonuses one. This has the makings of a really entertaining finish, in my opinion, or a really entertaining fight. Neither of these guys are really climbing toward a title ever again. It's just not
No. They're just doing this just because.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Donald, he's got a new baby boy, I guess. press, and I saw him crying on Twitter because he can't wait to walk out into the crowd when his baby boy is going to be looking down. And he knows what I'm doing for the first time ever. Fuck off, Donald. Okay, you've been fighting for fucking 30 years or whatever the fuck it is,
Right.
man. Don't cry because you
Don't try to
lost.
sell us a
Yeah,
storyline at this
get out of
point,
here,
bro. Get
bro.
out of here,
Get out of here,
bro.
Donald. Everyone
Bro,
knows.
we've been waiting for you to retire after every single fight you've had for the past 3 years, bro.
He's lost his last 6 fights. He's lost 4 of them by TKO, and he hasn't won any in his last 6. The Nico
It's
Price fight was
bad.
a no
And
contest.
I think people are counting out Joe Lozon in this fight because Joe Lozon can, take Donald down and do some. Joe Lozon's got the BJJ. You know what I'm saying? And his boxing's come a long way, I think. And he could take a beating. I think this is just like one OG warrior versus the next. You know what I'm saying?
These are both
Cerrone.
OGs. Yeah.
I don't like that Cerrone got knocked out by like fucking
Everybody.
this. I don't like this knocking somebody. If you can't survive that, Cerrone, you got to get back to the gym
Are
and
you talking
like
about the Conor
fucking
McGregor fight?
yeah,
Dude, he
dude.
spoke about that. He was like, he said that when he was in the locker room before that fight was starting, he was like, I didn't even want to be there. Dude, you're fighting Conor McGregor on the biggest stage and you don't want to be there?
Here's the
You're a
problem,
fucking
Cerrone.
hero, bro.
You fight so much that you fucking maybe you're gonna show up a day like every once in a while cranky. When you're fighting every other day, you know what I'm saying. You're gonna have an off day once in a while. Maybe reduce your fighting, make it more of a like special. You know what I'm saying. He's always been
He's a volume
like
guy.
quantity over quality. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
he talked about
saying.
being broke and needing money, but I agree with you. Yeah, there was that stretch where he had like fucking 8 fights in like 10 months or some shit like that. It was absolutely insane.
Right.
But I mean, just speaking in terms of their trajectories, neither of these guys are going anywhere after this.
Right. Right.
If Joe Lozon beats Donald Cerrone, you gotta retire, dude. You have to. Okay, you cannot continue fighting in the UFC if Joe Lozon puts you out in this fight. And like the thing about Joe is Joe hasn't fought since 2019, so like he's coming off 3
Right.
fucking years. But if we're talking about if you're looking to place a bet on this fight, man, I guess take a finish, just an overall finish. But this isn't a fight where you or me should be able to say, okay, Donald's for sure winning this fight, or Joe's for sure winning this fight. This is going to be, in my opinion, probably this is a curtain jerker, and it's going to be a really entertaining fight. But as far as me saying specifically with conviction that one or the other guy has the advantage, I don't see it because Donald hasn't shown me anything in his last 6 fights. Anything other than that, he's a fucking quitter. And then Joe
Right.
hasn't fought in 3 fucking years. So what do we really have to go on here, other than the fact that
But
these
I
guys have a ton of
feel
performance in the nights?
right. I don't know, man. I'm partial to Joe.
I
Like,
like
I'm
Joe.
gonna be
I
rooting
like
for
Joe too.
Joe in this fight.
I'm rooting for
I
Joe too.
don't know if I would bet on this either because they're at the age where like it could go like
37 and
one
39.
little fucked up punch or something can like knock a dude out or like a little clip on the chin. They're going lights out. But for Joe Lozon to come out of the woodworks and like fight for the first time in like 3 years. You know what I'm
3 years.
saying? Like I feel like he's ready for this. He wants it. Like, hey, this is gonna be like a little notch in his belt, another little notch in his belt kind of thing. So I think he's gonna bring the game, man. Like otherwise, why is he doing it? Why come out of the woodworks 3 years just to lose and go back home? You know what I'm saying? He wants to fucking fight Cerrone and like actually.
This
I
is
think
probably like
you
something
know.
that's been coming for a while for both of these guys. Like both of them,
Yeah,
like 2 dogs staring at each other for a long time across
yeah.
the cages. You know what I mean? So
I
like
like the
you're saying,
fight. I like it.
I like it too. I think it's got a lot of potential to be a very, very entertaining fight. But in terms of like me having conviction about who's gonna win, I have no fucking clue. This is gonna be a complete toss up. The first 2.5 minutes are gonna tell us a lot about this fight, I think. But I'm like you said, man. I'm rooting for Joe. I'm a huge Joe fan, man. Joe fought in 2006 against Vince
Yeah.
Colbert, bro. You know what I mean? UFC 63. Are you fucking kidding me? This guy's still out there trying to throw haymakers with these guys. That's crazy. And Donald's been around for a long time too. So this is a battle of some old heads, man. This is a battle of some OG motherfuckers. But
Right.
let's move on because we got a lot more to talk about other than these 2 old guys. OSP and Mauricio Shogun Rua. Now this is sort of similar to the last fight we just talked about. This Mauricio Shogun Rua is 40 fucking years old, bro. 40. OSP is 39. I mean, what's if I was if I'm a fan, okay, if I'm a casual or whatever, I'm looking at this fight going, what's really in this fight for me? You know what I mean? What's the outcome of this fight mean for me? Because neither of these guys, like we just spoke about, are escalating their career to title shots ever again. That's not happening. Mauricio is way past it. OSP has never really been championship quality. He fought John Jones for the interim belt that one time, and he was pathetic. I just don't see really, like, if you're talking about entertaining
Right.
fights, this has the potential to be an entertaining fight, obviously. Mauricio Shogun Hua is no stranger to getting knocked out, and he's no stranger to knocking people out, neither is OSP. But in terms of, like, these first two fights that we have on this card, this is pure entertainment based. So I'm expecting some early finishes from both of these first two fights. I'm expecting an OSP knockout again of Shogun Hua. He knocked him out in 2014. They've both gotten older, and OSP's still the younger guy, obviously, because he's 1 year younger. He's a natural athlete. He played college ball at Texas.
Right.
I feel like OSP is probably going to be a little bit more inclined in terms of his overall athleticism in this fight. And Shogun's just completely, not that he's like a piece of shit or a bum or anything, but Shogun's fucking 40, dude. You're 40 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you look at his record recently, I mean, look at the guy, his last 5 fights. He got knocked out by Anthony Smith. Okay, fine, whatever, that's fine. Beat Tyson Pedro by punches. Who is that? Do you know? Because I don't. No one cares.
No.
Then he had a draw with Paul Craig. Come on, buddy. If you're drawing Paul Craig, you fucking suck. Then he beat Antonio Rogerio Nogueira, Little Nog, at like, and again, these guys are both like in the handicap parking spots because they're fucking.
Dude, hold up. I've never been impressed with Shogun Hua, bro. Like, I don't care that you were dominant in Pride. Like, he's not one of those guys that was like dominant in Pride and then came over and was like dominant in the UFC. Yeah, he became champion against Leota Wishy-Washy Machida, bro. Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? No, dude.
I gotta stop
No.
He was the #1 light heavyweight fighter in the world when he came over to the UFC and fought Forrest Griffin. And he lost, but he also had a staph infection. This guy went on a fucking tear from 2003 to 2007. He only lost 1 fight. Look at his record. He's a fucking demon, bro. And
yeah, I'm just not.
Again, Pride is very sketchy. Pride is sketchy. But all we
have
are results, right? All we have are results. That's all I'm saying. All we have are results. Shogun was a fucking terrifying fighter when he was on the card.
I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed.
Okay, you don't have to be impressed. That's totally
okay. My first impression of Hua is when he came, looked like shit against Forrest Griffin. I didn't know he was infected and this and blah, blah. He's got a staph and blah, blah. Why are you fighting? Pull out of the fight. I don't do a fight 100 or like at least like 65%. Don't come with the staph infection. But.
This is back in the day. This is UFC 76, bro. Like 2007. So like at the UFC, that was like the only way you could make money back in the day. So like I get why he did want the fight because he was dude. I don't know if you remember those days, man, but he had so much fucking hype coming over to the UFC for the first time. This was the first time a Pride legend in his prime
taking out Alistair Overeem and then coming over here, you know what I'm saying? Like
Kevin Randleman, dude. Kevin Randleman was
on Overroyd. Yeah, dude.
That was a heavyweight bout, dude.
Mark Coleman, he fought some big dudes, yeah.
I'm telling you, like he was a fucking savage coming through, man. But again, Pride is sketchy, dude. I'm not a Pride purist at all. I like some fighters from Pride. There's a few that I respect, but it was definitely fucking sketchy. Pride as an entire organization, but like, I mean, this is also an organization where you're allowed to do soccer kicks. He TKO soccer kicked Rampage Jackson. That's fucking badass, dude. Rampage is a fucking street fighter. You know what I mean? A brawler. He was soccer kicking this guy out. Savage. So I've always been a Shogun fan. It's just he's fucking 40 now, right?
Yeah.
He's 40 right now. And
who cares? I think this has the most potential to be a bum fight, bro.
Oh,
like,
I agree.
Yeah, if it doesn't end in the first round, these two guys are gonna be tired and like leaning on each other, Especially OSP, bro. He's got a good 3-4 minutes in him, if at best,
He's a thick boy. He's a thick boy. Let me see what the odds are real quick, just on the finish. But yeah, no. OSP is a thick boy, but that dude, OSP caught him with like sort of a short hook and fucking floored his ass in their first fight in 2014. And Shogun's only gotten older. So it's like, does he still possess that little bitch power or that meat power? I don't know. But the fight goes.
This is like, dude, this is like two people trying to finish out their contracts, Kyle.
Exactly. But dude, it's -215 right now, odds makers for the distance for a no. So they think someone's getting fucking murdered in like the first round or something like that. So I mean, I don't really know if you want to take a
Oh,
take on this
dude.
one. I mean, it's so
I'm
juicy,
not
dude.
good with OSP, dude. Like I said, I gotta stick with. I'm not impressed with Ua. I'm
I'm
still
not
not
impressed with him
impressed.
lately. He's fucking 40, dude. He got guillotined by my boy Chael. You know what I'm saying? In 2013. Get out of
Fuck
here.
you, fuck you, Hua.
Yeah. I've always been a Shogun fan, but I understand why you have that mentality about him. I get it. But anyway, moving past that bum ass fight, if you guys want to take the bet on that fight, I mean, go for a finish. Don't be a pussy.
Yeah.
Go for a
I, you
finish.
know what? If you want
Yeah,
to take
don't
a
be a
bet on
pussy.
that fight, yeah, just bet $1 million. It's all good. You know
Bet
what
a
I'm
mil.
saying?
He says, hey, for
Yeah,
those of you
put
who are
down a
listening to
million
us, if you have
dollars.
$1 million, bet it on fucking OSP.
Yeah, and then if you win, give me a little because I gave you the idea.
Give me a little so we can buy some
If
subscribers.
you lose, I didn't say anything. It wasn't my
If you
fault.
lose, it's your fault for listening to idiots like us. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's all I'm doing.
exactly.
All
Blah
right,
blah blah blah.
the third fight. Now this is where things get spicy, homie. Where things get spicy.
Yeah,
Tony Ferguson and Michael Chandler, man. I gotta be honest. I think Chandler fucks him up.
I think I think
I think Chandler
the
fucks him up
Ferg is
almost
biting the
certainly.
dust, bro.
I think Ferg's over.
Fergie,
Man.
Ferguson. I don't know, man. What's his nickname over here? El
El
Kukui,
Kukui. El
bro.
Kukui.
He's not Kukui anymore. He's Fergie. He's
Dude,
Fergie, soft like Fergie.
I think he's fucking done. Yeah, I really do. And I like Tony Ferguson, and I think he got a sort of a shitty rap with the whole Khabib stuff falling through 5 fucking times. Because he was in his prime then, and I think him having to take that Justin Gaethje fight was sort of fucked up to him, but he still did it. He still did it. That's on him. He still
Right.
took that fight, and he got his dude. When you take a beating like he took, especially at his age,
You're not the same man anymore, bro.
man. Dude,
You're not the same.
this wasn't like 2.5 rounds of him getting punched out. This
5
was
rounds of a
five
vicious,
and a
violent
half,
beating.
4.5. This is 4.5 rounds. Okay, dude, the thing that pisses me off is, and it probably pissed off Tony, is he took that beating for fucking 4.5 rounds. They stopped it in the 5th and 3rd minute. Dude, he just took like 200 significant strikes from the hardest hitter in the division, and the ref finally steps in late
The
to
round,
save his ass.
that was bad reffing. The his corner should have thrown in the towel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Save his brain a little bit.
dude, and then Justin Gaethje is just like scary for issuing that beating, bro. Just like beat this guy into a pole. Like Gaethje.
I've never heard harder punches slammed in my entire life. Dude. And that was when they were at I think they were, no, that was Jacksonville,
Apex,
Florida.
maybe,
That was
or
Jacksonville, Florida that they fought. So, but they still made it. Well, in Florida, they definitely had people there. But still, I mean, hearing Justin Gaethje, I remember hearing the sounds of his like straights.
right, right.
It sounded like leg kicks, dude. It sounded like a meaty leg kick, like the thud of his shots, and you just see Tony fucking blood splatter off of his face, and
Right.
bobbling back and forth, like I'm still here. No, you're not, dude.
Yeah.
He wasn't there for the last 7 minutes of that.
Dude, take a knee, Tony. What are you doing? What are you trying to prove who can get CTE the fastest? Like, well, what's going on here?
Loopy in the head anyway, and then that fucking shit happened. So who knows, man? This guy's got some fucking brain shit to deal with. But regardless of all that, of all
El
Tony's,
Kukui, El Mui Kukui, like
mushy up here, bro. Let me tell you. Regardless of all that, dude, Michael Chandler is no bitch. Michael Chandler will fucking.
No, no.
Michael Chandler is a fucking top lightweight and has been on the top lightweight for a long time. And one of the things that pissed me off, dude, I don't know if you saw, but it was the press conferences earlier today, or maybe it was yesterday because they did the weigh-ins today. But Michael Chandler was talking, Tony Ferguson was talking about how, these guys have Dana White privilege. He didn't like the fact that Michael Chandler came over and then got like all these high-profile fights right off the bat and all that other bullshit. And it's like, dude,
right.
Do you think Michael Chandler wasn't a big name coming into the UFC? He fought Dan Hooker, starched him, who was at the time Dan Hooker was a good name. He didn't fight number 2 in the world. He fought a good fighter, a reputable guy, starched him, and then he fought, the next. I don't know who the fuck he fought next after that, but was it Justin? No. Who did he fight after that? It was Charles for the belt, right? Or whoever the fuck. Chandler. Where you at, buddy? Michael Chandler.
Handler said this though.
No. Tony Ferguson said this about him. He said that he had like Dana White privilege coming through.
Yeah. I think I saw. Yeah.
Dan Hooker to Charles. So, in my opinion, the fact that he said that diminishes everything that Chandler has done for the sport. I mean, dude, Chandler has been a warrior and a fucking savage for a long time. Yes, he fought in Bellator, but he's still been a top lightweight name for a long time. If you've been paying attention to MMA for as long as I have, dude, you know who Michael Chandler is. He had wars with Eddie Alvarez really, really early on in Bellator and you've known him ever since. I mean, his battles with Will Brooks, he lost both of those, but where's Will Brooks now, homie? You tell me. Do you even know where that guy's fighting? No, no. So
Right, right,
he's
right, right.
stood the test of time for a long time, and he's been in the UFC, and he's lost 2 of 3, but he's been exciting. You know what I mean? He's been putting on good performances,
I
good
agree,
shows.
but I think eventually, how long do you tune in to watch the same guy get his ass kicked? You know what I'm saying? Eventually, that loses
Who's
its
getting his ass
novelty.
kicked?
If so I was gonna say I think this is a big fight for Chandler. I think he
Yeah,
needs a
no,
win
I
here.
agree. Oh,
I
I
think he needs a
absolutely
win
agree.
here because if he gets his third loss, then his next
No matter
fight
what
it's like
faction, yeah,
are
no matter
we
what faction.
exactly are we tuning in just to see him get his ass kicked? Because that's
Right.
gonna lose its novelty quick. You
That's
know
when
what
you
I'm
become
saying?
that's when you become
Like
that
a yeah,
free card
Nate
fighter.
Diaz. Yeah, exactly.
I think, like you said, I think you're right. If he does lose this fight, he becomes sort of an attraction piece, not an elite fighter.
Right, right,
But all we know about him so far is he nearly won the belt in the first round against Charles. I mean, he fucked Charles up. God bless Charles for making it through that, and then he got knocked out by
right.
Charles. Fine. And then the
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje fight was probably one of the most exciting fights I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was awesome.
It was an amazing fight.
It's
That's
like
probably fight of the year, to be honest
I
with
had
you.
to go back and rewatch
Well,
it to fully
me too, man.
appreciate it because it was like I
Amazing.
was in
It
disbelief
should have been
watching it.
5 rounds.
I
It
was
should have
like,
been a 5 round fight.
they hyped the shit out of this fight, and it's like living up to its hype. I had to watch it twice just to understand it, dude.
Absolutely insane, dude. And Michael Chandler's eating bombs from a guy that Tony Ferguson could not eat bombs from. So if Justin already whipped your ass
And he
and knocked
tagged
you out,
Justin a few times,
yeah, Justin
bro.
rocked. Yeah, Justin rocked a
Yeah,
few times
yeah,
early, man. Dude, Chandler will fuck you up, dude. And the thing is, he's so explosive coming in because he's short and stout, and he's got that good wrestling background. His thighs are very big, so he has that explosive ability to step inside and hit you with like short hooks or straights and jabs and shit like that that'll fuck you up.
right,
He's already a powerhouse in himself. He's a fucking fire hydrant, so like he's got all the torque. And Tony Ferguson, you know, has never really been Mr. Let me utilize my length. You know what I mean? He's never been
right,
let me
right.
jab my way out of this fight or teep kick my way out of this. He's never been that. So, in my opinion, Chandler has almost every advantage that you can think of. He's got the mental advantage. I mean, I saw Tony Ferguson, dude, at the weigh-ins today. Tony Ferguson tried to buck at him, you know, little like fake shit, and Michael Chandler just like smiled and laughed and kept walking. Like it was pathetic, dude. It was absolutely pathetic. And to me, that's already a huge mental fucking win
Yeah,
for Chandler. And he's already got the fact that he's taken everything Justin threw at him, and Tony couldn't do that. He's already fucking fought Charles Oliveira. He lost, but he almost rocked him and took the fucking title. Almost had that. He beat Dan Hooker first round, I believe. Fucking this guy has accolades. He's been a fucking lightweight for a long time, man. And the fact that Tony Ferguson is over there bitching and moaning about, you know, fighter pay and I wanted to go to the WWE and do all this other
right.
shit and they wouldn't let
He's
me.
taking too many blows to the
He's
head, man.
focused on other shit, and Michael
Yeah.
Chandler's focused on fucking that guy up. You know what I mean?
He's focused on other shit when his star value's dropping right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Also, Tony is fucking old, dude. He's been fighting in the UFC for like 9 years now. And Tony, I'm pretty sure he was on the UFC card or the Ultimate Fighter when Brock Lesnar was the coach, dude. That's how long ago this shit was, bruh. So Tony, he's been through
wait.
wars.
Or go ahead, Kyle.
We're waiting. We're waiting, Chad. All right, so
No, 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 you're good.
Tony's been through a ton of wars, man, and I've liked watching Tony's resurgence because it wasn't too long ago, you know, where he was a top dog and he was the guy that could beat Khabib. You know, it wasn't a
Right.
long time ago when he was that. But after you take beatings like he has these last 3 times, I mean, dude, Justin fucked you up. Charles Oliveira fucked you up. Benil Dariush, who's a bad motherfucker, fucked you up.
Right.
How are you gonna tell me that you could beat a Michael Chandler? You know what I mean? I personally don't see it. If I'm a betting man in this fight, and this is a fight that I'm gonna take a bet on, if I'm a betting man in this fight, I'm taking Michael Chandler to finish him in round 2 or 3 at plus 200 because I think the round prop on this is to go over 1.5, and I think it makes it out of the first. I gotta give Tony that much credit. He can hang around for a little bit.
Yeah, he could take some punishment.
He
Like
will, and he's a
his
psycho, dude.
ears might be falling off, and
Yeah,
like
he's a psycho, so he might want to take some punishment just to he's got some shit wrong with his fucking cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying this: the fight to go the distance is at a no minus 169. So they think someone's going out, and Michael Chandler is a favorite at minus 300 plus.
Right.
So you gotta assume that Michael Chandler's gonna fucking finish this guy. And Michael Chandler's not gonna. I don't think this is gonna be a submissionary fight. I think this is gonna be a grappling contest, in my opinion, unless it's initiated by Tony Ferguson. There's no way Michael Chandler's gonna shoot double legs on Tony Ferguson. I think he's gonna try to fuck him up with his boxing. So if I'm a betting man, I'm taking this fight. Honestly, if you want to be safe about it, guys, if you want to be safe, you want to be a bitch about this, take either fighter to win in round 2 or 3. That way you get the potential bullshit possibility that Tony can sneak one in there. You know what I mean? He does have skill. Tony has skill. We all know that. He's a crafty little bitch on the ground. He's definitely got a little bit of potential in terms of his stand-up. He's a fucking weirdo. He throws weird-ass angle shots, spinning techniques, and all that other bullshit. But I'm only
Right.
taking that to blanket the fact that Tony is. I have to respect a little bit of Tony's finishability, I guess, because that's just a gamble. If you're a gambler, you know this shit, dude. Shit happens in sports, okay? So if you want to be
Yeah.
safe, either fighter to win in round 2 or 3, I think is a good bet for this fight. Again, plus 200, so fucking, put $10 down, you make 20, get yourself a nice fucking steak. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I
Tony,
think I'm
man,
taking Chandler on this one. So yeah.
I think Chandler's winning too. If you're gonna bet straight up, you'd have to take a parlay unless you're cool with taking the juice. But Chandler's probably winning this fucking fight, guys. It's just Chandler's good. Tony's down. What the fuck you want me to say? Now,
Oh, Jeremy's downloading FIFA.
uh, break. Jeremy sucks at FIFA. Back in the UFC. For those of you who don't know, okay, I'm the best at FIFA. Jeremy claims to be good
I
at
guess I'm
FIFA.
second best because I played him once and beat him, right?
This man, we're gonna just take a hiatus here real quick. This man played our boy Jeremy, who's been a soccer fan for like 8 years longer than this guy.
He's like the worst at video games in our little circle.
And I told this man, I don't know what team Jeremy was picked, but I told this man to pick Egypt. And if you know anything about soccer, they got Mo Salah, but they have fuck all else. And this man dogged him out with Egypt on his first game ever. Jeremy, I'm sorry to say this, buddy, but you fucking suck at video games. Someday. Sports video games especially, dude. You might be good at like Nintendo Switch badminton, maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Some Final Fantasy 14 or some
Maybe.
shit.
Fucking disc golf or something. I don't know, dude. But you are dog shit at every other game ever that's ever come out. That's ever invented. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, all right. Anyway,
To
sorry.
the UFC. Now this is your
Sorry.
girl, dude. I'm gonna let you take this one, man. This is your girl. This is Rose Namajunas fighting Carlos.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
the Cookie Monster.
So yeah, like I was gonna say earlier, I mean, what Rose lost to Carla Esparza via rear naked choke like back like 10 years ago basically. I think Rose has come a long way. I would hope that she wouldn't get caught in that position again. I can't bet against Rose. Like anytime I have any doubt about Rose, like she just comes out and like wins somehow. She's like one of those rise to the occasion types of fighters. Like I don't know, dude. She just rises to the odds. Like I didn't think she would beat Joanna like the first time she did that. Then she did it again. I didn't think she beat Zhang twice, like Weili's twice, and like did that. And like, dude, when she like went for that like takedown at the end of their last fight, like that was awesome. Like, yeah, it was very smart, and like you could tell. Yeah, it wasn't like executed the best, but it was like such a great move. It was yeah.
Misha Tate, ugliest takedown in the world. Let her do a fucking championship.
Right, exactly.
Down,
but it worked and it was smart and it was like throwing an extra like I don't know. She just went out of her wheelhouse and like it fucking worked and that was awesome to me too. So I love Rose. I'm rooting for her on this. I think she's gonna win. I don't think she can be stopped right now, man. Like
in her division, no, not really. She's kind of rolling.
Yeah, unless she gets like slammed on her head, like I'd love to see maybe like a super fight between her and like Shevchenko at some point, or
I think
I don't know, like I'd like maybe not Nunes, like keep Nunes out of this,
no,
like
they can't fight, dude. That's a 20. Dude, Nunes is a gigantic woman compared to
yeah,
Rose.
yeah.
Huge woman. So no way that can happen. But the Valentina fight is definitely something that they could do. That's like a 10-pound difference, man.
Right.
She's a little bit taller, a little bit longer, so there's no real size over advantage. But if they were to fight, that's something I was thinking about before we actually started recording. Was if she beats Carla, you know what I mean? It sets up kind of a really nice super fight in women's MMA. And Valentina's one of my how I feel about Valentina. She's one of my favorite female
Right.
fighters in the world. She's got to be at least top 5 in the world, and that's both men and women. Like
I think so,
she's
yeah.
so fucking technically sound, so talented. She's a beautiful fighter to watch, dude.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a technical fighter to pick apart, Valentina's fights are a place to start, dude. She's very, very timely with her techniques, and her kicking game is second to none. Her balance is
Right,
fucking
right.
vicious. Her power, her grappling is
Yeah.
fucking ruthless. So I think she would actually pick apart Rose, and that's no knock on fucking Rose, dude. It's just you're running into the best women, in my opinion, the best women's fighter on the planet currently, because Nunes just fucking lost, so she's got some questions to answer. But
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. I feel like Nunes needs to come back and like fight. Like we
Juliana,
need the
that's gonna happen.
rematch.
That's gonna
She
happen.
needs to like redeem herself and
Yeah.
take care of that whole like arc or whatever
Matzo
the
ball.
fuck it.
Yeah, that whole
Yeah,
matzo ball.
yeah. I mean, like, and then Rose has like an old loss against like Carolina
Davis.
Kovalevich, which
Way
like
back in the
I
day.
used to like Kovalevich, but then she
Oh
lost
well.
like 6 fights in a row. Yeah, yeah. She just wasn't the MMA was kind of advancing past like her
Mm-hmm.
skill set. Um so yeah, that'd be cool for maybe Rose to like I don't know. I don't want to see Carolina lose like on the, like for the 6th time in a
Carolina
row. Like
would never fight for a title, dude.
right,
She's
right,
not even
right.
ranked in the top 10 or 15. She's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
But
so I don't know what's next for Rose, but I don't think Carla Esparza is gonna stop her.
no
Hope
shot, dude. No shot.
yeah.
I don't think Carla has a fucking chance in this fight. And that's not. I'm not saying Carla's a shit fighter or anything like that, but she's just not dangerous enough, in my opinion, to beat her in 5 rounds. I don't think she's a better striker. I don't think her grappling is so much better. I think she's a better grappler. I
A
don't think
lot of
she's
decisions.
exactly. I don't think she's
Yeah.
so much better that her grappling is going to dictate the fight. I don't think that. I think that
Right.
Rose can use her length a little bit better and sort of keep her away. Maybe she gets taken down once or twice, but it's not like she's this black belt fucking, I'm gonna flying triangle this motherfucker. Ronda Rousey armbar, and you can't do anything about it. Like, Carlos Esparza is a decent, durable fighter, but she's not. She doesn't have finishing ability, in my opinion, in the terms of like Rose's finishing ability. Rose fucking flash KOs people with head kicks and shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. She's a more explosive striker, I think,
TKO fucking
Rose.
Joanna Jacek,
And
like
she's very I think Rose is more technically sound too.
on the
Like
feet, absolutely.
yeah,
She's a
yeah.
much better striker on the feet. She the way she utilizes her distance, she has teep kicks, she has side kicks,
Yeah.
she uses her length very well, and
She'll
that's
go like
definitely
high when you
yeah.
think like kind of the
Yeah,
question mark
that's
kick kind of
definitely
thing.
going to be something that she's going to utilize in her fights, at least until she's done fighting. Because I don't think there's a fighter in her division that's as good a striker as she is. Even Joanna.
Right,
Even
right.
Joanna. She proved that against her twice. And if we're betting on this fight, this is a tidbit that I used to win a bet on the last fight that she had. Okay, every time Rose has gone to a rematch, she's won a decision. Every single time, 3 times, I believe.
Right.
She won a decision over Joanna Jacek when they rematched. She won a decision over Jessica Andrade when they rematched, and she won the decision against Zhang Wei Li when they rematched. So if I'm a betting man, I'm taking Rose to win this fight via decision because
Right.
that's just the fucking way it's gone, And to boot, Carla is a decision fighter in and of herself. She has a lot of decisions in the line. She's won 5 straight, I think. I'm not looking at her record right now, but I think she's gotten at least
She
three
has, she
decisions.
has.
She's got 3 decisions in those 5.
So
Maybe
she's on a
4.
little bit of a tear right now, but
And she's fought some good names too. I'm not diminishing what she's done recently, but I'm just saying none of those names are Rose Namajunas. None of those names are Joanna Jacek. None of those names are Jessica. Well, maybe she has Jessica Andrade up there. I
two
don't know.
split
Zhang Wei
decisions.
Li.
That's
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
never good, bro.
Exactly.
That's never good.
And it's not Rose had 2 split
People
decisions
don't
against.
know how to judge the fight. That's not good. You know what I'm saying?
We got to do a whole podcast episode on judging one of these days.
Yeah,
We got a lot of shit to say about
yeah.
that. But again, guys, if you are looking for a bet on this fight, take Rose via decision or just what's her money line? Is she fucking like hella juiced right now? What's that about? Let's see, Rose
Juiced? Is she
Namajunas. Is
juiced?
she juiced, bro? Oh
Can
shit,
we get my
she's
juice?
minus 200. That's a juicy one.
Ooh,
That's a juicy one. But again,
that's
if you
too
want,
much juice.
what's the round prop? This is a 5 round fight. Is it 3.5? 4.5? Fuck off, dude. I ain't taking that shit, dude. It's basically like calling the fight to be a decision. So
Dude,
there you go. You might as well just take it to be a fucking
yeah,
decision.
give me a little,
Yeah, you know
throw
what I mean?
me something now, betting sites. Like, throw me
Yeah.
something every now and then.
Rose Namajunas to win. Oh, here we go. This is perfect, guys. This is the bet. If you don't take this bet, you're a fucking idiot. Rose Namajunas, round 4, 5, or by decision. That's a fucking good bet at plus 125. I'm gonna lock that in right now. Yeah, a little juicy. Yeah, plus 125.
Oh
Want
boy,
a
he's
little
got a
more
couple
money?
nickels to put on
Yeah, a
that.
couple shekels, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, shilling, if you will. That's a good bet, though, man. She takes these rematches deep, dude. So there you go. And it covers a late finish, too, by Rose. So, fuck yeah, let's go. And now, this is the big nugget. We're 35 minutes
Yeah.
into this. This is the big nugget, okay? Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje, guys. As you may or may not have heard if you are a fan of MMA, Charles Oliveira missed weight 2 times. 2 times today, okay? The story goes he weighed in the back in the digital scale, and he made 155. And then he stepped out onto the physical scale, and it was 156. And then he took his clothes off, got his dick out, and it was 155 and a half. So I don't know what the actual problem here is, because to me, I believe Charles when he says Charles has missed weight before, though, but it was at 145, I believe. It was at 145. This is 155. He should have no problem making 155, and
So did he miss weight or not?
he did. Officially, he missed weight. He's not the champion. Charles Oliveira is not the fucking UFC lightweight champion anymore. He's been stripped. He missed it twice. And don't get me wrong, man. I am wholeheartedly in the camp of, if Justin has to do it, then you better fucking do it too, because you're the champion. You're representing this fucking division, buddy. It's championship weight.
Right.
Championship weight. Now, do we think that since we're in 2020 and there's been a lot of hoopla about weight cuts and all this other shit, that there is room to allow half a pound or even a pound on championship fights? I'm a believer in that a pound, you still had to work your ass off to get to 156.
Right.
In my opinion, that if you ask any fighter on the fucking planet, does 1 pound make a difference, and they say yes, I think you're a bitch. I think you're a bitch. Are you kidding me? Really? This guy weighed 156 and you weighed 1... Justin Gaethje weighs 166 right now. He posted a photo of it on his Twitter. Okay? He drank a shit ton of water, got himself a steak and a few potatoes, and he's already 10 pounds heavy.
Hey,
So
potatoes.
yeah, so what the fuck? What are we really arguing here about? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Charles didn't try to make weight. He didn't weigh in at 160 or like 180, 158. You know, if he had weighed in at, 4 pounds heavier or 5 pounds heavier, you could argue that he didn't even fucking try. That's a problem. But he fucking came in at 155 and a half. You know what I mean? So we're stripping him over that. I get it. It's the rules for a reason, and championship weight is how it is. I get that. But maybe now after this happens, because dude, it only hurts the card, right? It only makes the card kind of shitty, you know. Now that you have technically a vacant belt up, where half of this fight, if one guy wins, and Charles can win this fight. Don't fucking kid yourself. Charles can win this fucking fight. If Charles wins this fight, the belt is still vacant. So this fight is meaningless if Charles wins, even though Charles will get an immediate rematch and he'll fight for the belt immediately afterwards. But still, it's just kind of a shitty way to go into the card. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it's not really like the real thing now, almost,
Exactly. Exactly.
but like Justin doesn't want to hear that. Like,
No. The thing
I
that
just
sucks
hope
for
it doesn't
Justin-
affect like
Yeah.
like Charles is like, oh, I'm not gonna give a shit now. You know what I'm saying? I just hope it's like a regular ass fight.
Well, that's
Like
the
they're
thing.
two professionals. It should be. You know what I'm saying? Like Justin's got nothing to lose. Justin's coming in there trying to kill him. You know what I'm saying? So Oliveira better just like play defensively for his own sake. You know what I'm saying? Justin could be champ. Justin needs this. You know?
Justin, could be a legit. I mean, Justin has a legitimate shot to win the fucking lightweight title. And the thing is, this doesn't change for Justin, in my opinion, because his whole goal was to beat that man so that he can win the title. That doesn't change.
Right.
He still needs to beat him to get the title. But for Charles, it's almost like nothing's really up for grabs, even though there is something up for grabs for Charles.
Right.
Because he's still the #1 contender. He's still the last champion, of 8 hours ago.
Right.
You know, I mean, if I'm Charles, dude, and I miss weight the second time, and I have 10 minutes until I have to weigh in again, I'm throwing up. I'm going in the bathroom and I'm throwing up, or I'm spitting, and I'm doing everything I'm shaving my fucking hair off, dude. I'm doing everything I'm taking the earrings out, whatever it is. I'm doing it, okay?
Right,
I'm
right.
doing it, and I will get you a half pound if I have to do it, because that's what you do if you're a champion. But guess
Take
what?
a poop.
Whatever it is, dude. Anything, man. What the fuck? But Charles didn't, and Charles has missed weight before, and this has been a problem. So it's a bad look for a champion to miss fucking weight, dude. It's a bad look. I can't remember the last champion who came into a championship fight and missed weight. I can't remember. The last championship fight that a guy missed weight for, I believe, was Yoel Romero and Robert Whitaker. He came in at like 187, and
Right.
it was a shitty. The card felt shitty. I felt cheated. And you know what, Dana White? Listen to me now, you fucking bald magook. Let me tell you something. This
Whoa.
card is $79.99, and Charles
Dude,
Oliveira
it's
just
getting
got
ridiculous.
stripped. Just got stripped. I want a fucking discount, you fucking pudgy fuck.
Yeah,
That's
or
all.
pay your fighters more with my $80.
We can we'll have a podcast on that later. That's gonna take hours.
Fucking out here you're fighting for dimes and pay. Look, you got Patty Pimblett running his mouth like he's owed something.
They're all running their mouth. Tony
Yeah.
running his mouth. Pimble's running his mouth. Meatball's running their mouth. Dude, everybody's running their mouth, dude. Anderson Silva, bro. I don't know if you saw his quote the other day. This fucking guy, dude. Anderson Silva's talking
What did
about.
he say?
Let me just. We'll take a detour here real quick.
Anderson Silva's never really. Anytime he opens his mouth, I'm like, okay, just stop that. Like,
His full quote was fucking ridiculous, in my opinion. I mean, dude. Okay, so he says, when I was done in the UFC, quote, when I was done in UFC, everybody, especially Dana White, said, oh, Anderson can't fight anymore. Nobody in the same age group with Anderson can fight. It's terrible, and blah, 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 said Anderson. And talking a lot of shit about me, and I feel disrespected because it doesn't matter what happened. Fight is fight. You can win, you can lose. When you make success of MMA, the one thing you need to do for your fighters is give respect. And that, I feel no respect. But I don't care, because when I stop fighting, I'm going to stop fighting because I say I'm going to stop fighting. Nobody can say it for me. No one can say, anybody, you need to stop fighting now. Nobody. I'll stop when I say I'm done. Anderson, you held the belt for 2,500 plus days. Nobody can tarnish your resume, dude. Nobody can take that
no,
away.
but I get what
Nobody.
he's saying. Like, I understand,
What
bro.
do you mean, dude? He fucking got old and lost 5 fights. He got his ass kicked by Uriah Hall, man. Hit the bricks. This
Yeah,
is
but
UFC.
he's angry that the UFC like made him stop fighting. You know, he's saying
Dude,
that should be
they did
his
the
decision.
same shit to Chuck Liddell, man. It happens. I can't keep putting fucking old men out here to get their ass kicked and knocked out. Because guess what,
Right,
buddy?
right.
Guess what? When he has CTE, when he's fucking 62, guess who's coming knocking on the door? Here's your subpoena.
That's gonna
Here's your
happen
subpoena.
regardless, bro.
Well, they can at least say now, hey, we pushed him out the door because he lost fucking. Dude, we're just taking a detour here because this.
Here's your
is
subpoena.
fucking
How could they
Here's
prove like what number of fights? Oh, it was his last 6 fights that really caused the brain damage. Not the first.
No. They do this in the NFL, dude. Are you kidding me? This is a huge topic of discourse. Like 4 years ago, all these fucking people coming out with CTE and head injuries in the NFL, and they're getting sued, and they're winning these fucking arguments, which is ridiculous because you signed a contract for a physical sport, bitch. This is the fucking payoff. Did you think you were gonna come out of this unscathed? That's a different argument.
Right.
I got a lot of shit to say about that. But let's just look at Anderson real quick in his tenure, okay? His last few fights. Look at this goated fucking record. Chris Weidman KO'd. Chris Weidman leg snapped. Nick Diaz, no contest, even though he looked decent. Michael Bisping, he fucking lost to. Daniel Cormier, lackluster bullshit performance against him. He beat Derek Brunson, and then he lost to Izzy. TKO leg kicks against Jared Cannonier, and then got KO'd by a fucking bum-ass Uriah Hall. Get out.
Right.
You're fucking he's got to be nearing 50, dude. He's got to be nearing 50. I would have guessed 48. I'd guess 48. Okay? 47 years old. So this guy was fighting in the UFC at 44 years old, getting knocked out by Uriah Hall. You're not here anymore, dude. You're not hearing me, dude. Tune in Tokyo. You're not listening to yourself. Get out, okay? And he's boxing. He's boxing, dude. You want to box? Go box. Go box. Ain't nobody talking shit about you boxing Tito Ortiz. But the fact that you're taking a Tito Ortiz boxing match, do you really think you're championship material still? You signed a contract to box Tito. He's like fucking 50 and he's never been a good fighter ever. What the hell? You don't even believe in yourself anymore. You're doing this for fucking money, buddy. Get the hell out of here, Anderson. Fuck off. Anyway, he said he felt disrespected, dude. Get the no one.
Dude, that's the GOAT
said,
right there. You know.
He's one of the Mount Rushmores of that era. Absolutely. But let me tell you something, buddy.
His title reign cannot be touched, bro.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And he said that Dana White like tried to erase all that. You can't erase that, man. What do you mean? We got Wikipedia. What are you talking about? You cannot erase what you've done. And if you think somebody can erase it, that's some shit with your head that you need to figure out because you did this. You did this. There's YouTube, dog. You did this. What do you mean? So Anderson, fuck you. But anyway, let's get back to who we think is winning out of Justin Gaethje and Charles. Because we really didn't talk about we talked about the weight issues with Charles and sort of the shittiness that the card is kind of undertaken. But I mean, this is a really good fight. Charles is the leader, as I said at the beginning of the podcast, the leader in performance on night bonuses. So this dude,
I didn't know that. That's kind of dope.
dude, he's got the most submission victories in UFC history at 22. I think he's a fucking slithery little demon, bro. If he gets your back, man, you're fucking going out. I'm telling you. And Justin Gaethje, we all know what his big weakness is.
Dude, he's coming in to kill people,
We all know
bro.
what his weakness is, though, dude. We know it. It's grappling. He's never been a
Yeah.
good grappler, and Charles is a world class grappler. He's probably top 5 in the world in terms of grappling, especially in MMA. You know, maybe top 3. You know, the only guy that could probably beat him in grappling, we're never going to see it unless he comes back, is Khabib. And it's a different
Right.
style. And that's a completely different style of grappling too. That's wrestling versus jiu-jitsu. So that's always a really good, really good like chess match that you see happening. That's been the big grappling stylistic matchup forever. So we're not talking about Khabib, but this.
I mean,
this
Poirier's
is
been, or not Poirier. What the heck am I saying? Oliveira's been on a tear recently, and then yeah, and then Gaethje, like, I mean, the only person he's really lost to is Khabib, and then
not beating the shit out of everybody
I
else.
don't know, dude.
Literally
This is an
bludgeoning.
exciting fight. I can't wait to see it.
Bludgeoning people to death. You know what I mean? Dude, Justin's one of those guys.
Who do you have in this fight?
I have a finish. I can't pick a winner. I have a finish though.
Right,
I don't think this fight goes to the distance at all. I think this probably ends like around 2 or 4, or excuse me, 3 or 4.
Okay.
You know, it's one of those things where I don't think Charles can win on the feet. I don't think so. Even though he knocked out Michael Chandler, but Michael Chandler got eventually overwhelmed by Justin Gaethje on the feet. Even if that was a really good fight and a great fight, and we all agree that was a fucking very exciting fight, eventually you could tell Justin was sort of steamrolling, and it was sort of domino affecting on Michael Chandler. And God bless you, Michael, but it was happening. I think if this fight stays standing, Justin probably knocks him out in round 2 or 3. To be honest with you, I don't think Charles has been known to quit in fights. Okay, if you look at his early record, he's been known to fucking lay it down. There's always an easy way out of fights, and it's just letting it go. And Charles has been that guy in the past. So if Justin gives him the opportunity to quit, I absolutely think Charles will take it, because taking those shots, man, that's some fucking psycho shit. Taking those bombs over and over again is not good. And Charles has been knocked out in this past. It's been a while, but he's been knocked out in this past.
Right.
And I've literally, I mean, you've seen this man quit. I mean, the guys that he's lost to, again, it's been a while since he's fucking lost. But the guys that he's lost to, like Max Holloway, Anthony Pettis, Ricardo Lamas, Paul Felder TKO'd this motherfucker. Are you kidding me? Frankie Edgar, Cub Swanson KO'd him.
Right.
Donald Cerrone. Yeah, and Jim Miller submitted him with a fucking knee bar. You know what I mean? Like he's had some sketchy. And again, this is a long time ago.
Sketchy losses.
This is a long time ago. You know, and like you said, man, he's been on a fucking tear, man. Clay Guida, Giogos, who the fuck that guy is. Jim Miller, Temer, Nick Lentz, Jared Gordon, Kevin Lee, Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier. I mean, he's fucking ripped. He's been ripping for a long time. This is like probably like 5-year streak, 3-year streak that he's been tearing through people.
Fucking Poirier.
So I mean, if he gets the thing is, if he gets his back, if he grapples with him, he gets him in
It's over. It's over.
Puts him on the fence. I mean, you're gonna see levels to this. Is what I'm saying. You're gonna see levels to this. If it gets close, you're gonna see some levels to this. I believe. I mean, it's one of those things where, stylistically, in my opinion, Charles is so much better than he is at grappling that if all it takes is one takedown, one nice fucking transition to the back, standing up, slither around, wrap him up on the cage, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Yeah, whatever it is, you know. And we all know his specialty, that rear naked choke, man, which is a white belt move. Anybody can fucking land a rear naked choke. But again, the control that he has, the back pressure, the back control that he has, his little body triangle that he wraps up, and he does it well too. The thing about Charles is he switches it whenever you roll, the lock has to switch, and Charles is very smart with that. Dude, he gets his hooks, he rotates the lock, and he keeps. If you roll left or right, he knows which way.
Got to be like pointing up or something, right?
Yeah. And you want the lock to not be on the ground. You'd rather have your knee
Right.
You'd rather have your knee on the ground. You're not locked knee. The one that comes across the body, that should be on the ground. He's very good at that. So, I mean, in my opinion, this is just a stylistic match. This is like rock paper scissors.
Right,
This
right.
is standing. Justin's
Who's gonna
fucking
impose their will? You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like,
And if Charles can snake his way to a back, or I mean, dude, Charles has submissions anyway. He's got guillotines. He's got Kimuras, Anaconda chokes. He's got a lot of ability as a grappler, but Justin doesn't. I'm sorry, Justin does not
right,
have it. And I
right.
think if I'm taking a bet on this,
I could see,
it's a finish. It's a finish.
and we've seen Justin get taken down before, and he doesn't know what to do really. So I don't know,
The
dude.
thing is, dude, Khabib just was so much better than him. And Khabib,
Yeah,
the thing about that is stylistically, that matchup, right, is Khabib is a power grappler, right? I would call him a power grappler.
right,
He's going to shoot it. He's going to look for those opportunities to fucking take you down, control you, wrap your legs up, get you on the ground, beat the shit out of you. He'll look for that. I don't really think Charles Oliveira's like got a double leg takedown or
he's more of a like a judo type of guy, like with a trip or something. Yeah,
We're looking for some trips. I mean, that comes from jiu-jitsu too, because jiu-jitsu has a little bit of the grappling and
right.
clinch work and
Okay,
stuff. But yeah. But you're on the point there with trips and things like that. But again, man, like this is such a juicy matchup for fans. It just sucks dick that he missed weight, and now we are kind of in limbo with the belt. Because this also, and we'll end with this. This also brings up the fact that you probably have an Irishman over there. You know what I mean? An Irishman over there.
he can
Eyeballing, peeking
looking
over the
kind
fence.
of
Yeah, dude, peeking over, just looking at that vacant belt that's sitting there now. You know what I mean? Dude, I'm telling you, man, this sets up perfectly for Dana White to throw Conor a bone again, which sucks. Sucks dick. I don't want that to happen. But I guarantee you, if
like Gaethje, Connor, or like
dude, if
Oliveira, like
Charles wins this fight, the belt is vacant, and then Charles will have to fight for it again. Who's the opponent?
right. Connor,
Islam? Is
dude,
Islam?
how many times are you gonna throw Connor back in there and
Here's the
like?
thing. Is it Islam? Does Islam jump in there and if Charles wins this
I
fight,
think so. I
Gaethje
think so.
drops. Gaethje drops. And then depending on who wins between Chandler and Tony, you might be able to set up some sort of rematch there because you have storylines with both, right? You have storylines with both with Gaethje. Gaethje's fought Tony, got his shit rocked, or Tony got his shit rocked by Gaethje, and then you have
Right.
Chandler has fought Justin, and that was super exciting. Everybody and their mother would love to see that fight run back. Everybody, make it a 5-round fight. Make it. People watch that shit. But this is the thing. Islam is still riding high and beats whoever he's fighting next. I know he had a fight with Beneil Dariush that kind of got scrapped or whatever. Maybe they're trying to put that back together. But again, if the belt is vacant and Charles comes back to get that title shot immediately after winning this fight that's going down tomorrow, you got Islam to jump right in there. If Islam wins the belt, dude,
What?
what's the only thing
What's
that gets
gonna happen,
what's
bro?
the only thing that gets Khabib back in the game? Conor beating Islam, and especially Conor beating Islam for the title is going to get Khabib back in the fucking game. And I guarantee you, Dana wants that shit. She wants that shit big time.
Okay, all right,
That's a
all
money fight.
right, okay.
Make you some cheddar. Again, a lot of shit has to happen here for that to fucking happen. We all know that Conor's, dude. I guarantee you, Conor texted somebody immediately, like, "Hey man, like the belt's vacant. I'm the fucking belt.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, right. Who the fuck is that guy? Hey, you'll do fucking nothing. Like, yeah, that shit. But again, if I'm taking a bet on Charles Oliveira and Justin Gaethje, I'm taking it for a finish, and just to round out the old segment here. Who do you think is gonna win? Actually, we never asked you. What the hell? Jump in here. I'm doing all the
Dude, I
talking.
don't know. You got me thinking about this crap. Split decision. You think Oliveira is gonna win?
Like I said, I think this is a finish. I don't know who's
Right.
gonna win. I don't know who's gonna win. I think there's gonna be a finish though.
Dude, I don't know
If I had to guess, I'm
I
leaning
think
toward
I'm gonna
Charles.
go with Gaethje, bro. I'm gonna go with Gaethje.
Fair enough.
I
If I'm
think he's
guessing,
bringing the violence. I think he's.
yeah, I agree.
I think he's a little extra pissed off. Oliveira didn't make weight.
Yeah,
That 1 pound.
I agree because it gives Charles an excuse, which fucking sucks for Gaethje. Because now,
And as an athlete, you got to come up with ways to get yourself fired up. You know what? That's what Michael Jordan always did, man. He would
gotta take it
like
personally. Gotta take it personally.
find a reason to get upset. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta take
So
it
hey,
personally, bro.
yeah, exactly.
So this fight, here's the odds. Like I said, okay, I think there's gonna be a finish in this fight. For there to be a finish in the fight, not to go the distance, is minus 650. So the odds makers think someone's fucking
Getting
now.
banged out,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, someone's getting fucked
Hey,
up.
that's a Gaethje fight, you know.
You know, so if I'm leaning toward Charles on the fight solely because I'm a grappler. You know what I mean, I'm a fan of grappling, and I'll always lean toward the grappler just because I come from those roots. You know,
Right.
I also think Charles statistically has more ways to win than Gaethje. Gaethje's not going to submit Charles. Gaethje's not going to take down Charles and control him. Gaethje's going to try to TKO or KO him. Charles recently has a KO over Michael Chandler, and he's a submission fucking specialist too. So I think he has more ways to win, but that doesn't mean shit. You know what I mean? Like that's just me speaking, you know, percentages and shit like that. You know, this is a fight
Right.
game. Anything can fucking happen. But you know,
Dude, the amount of KOs and TKOs that Justin has
oh,
is pretty impressive, bro.
he's a fucking freak, dude. But dude, he came from World Series of Fighting,
19
dog.
wins by knockout.
He came from World Series of Fighting, dog. You know he fought a one-armed fighter. Do you remember that? Nick Newell, whatever the fuck his name is, the one-armed guy with the
He
little
did?
yeah,
Wait, what?
look it up. There's a guy on that record that's Nick Newell. Look it up. He doesn't have.
Why?
He
What
has
was
half
going
an arm.
on?
He has half
What
a
was
fucking
going
arm.
on in that organization, bro?
To be honest, it's embarrassing because that guy actually had a decent record coming in. Like he had a really good record coming into that.
It wasn't Gaethje's fault. He was like, I think I do have to beat this guy. Like, he's about to pump me out. You know what I'm saying?
Literally, like this is a one-arm name. This is a dangerous one-arm man.
Dude, he went on to win a match in Bellator. Corey Browning, the one-arm man.
The one-arm band, the one-man band. Look at this guy.
He did have a great record, bro.
I'm telling you, dude, it was crazy. Dude, this was a wild. The World Series of Fighting was fucking wild, dude. I have no idea. I swear, dude, they and this is kind of shitting on a handicap person, but like, I think they kind of fluffed it. You know what I mean? To give World Series of Fighting was competing with Bellator and UFC at the time.
Right.
You have a one-arm fighter that's
Oh, like a freak show match kind of thing. Not that you're a freak, but
no, but you get some ratings. You know what I mean? Yeah. Get some
yeah.
ratings, you know what I mean? I don't
Like
know.
they used to do in Pride.
Yeah, maybe I'm pissing on the guy's fucking fire, but that's just what. Come on, this is a shady world we live in, dude. So. You know,
Right.
All right, so you know that's what we got. That's the card, homie. I got to finish for this fight. You know, you got Justin Gaethje winning. I'm leading Charles Oliveira. We both have Rose winning her matchup. We're leading OSP for the second matchup, guys, and we don't know about Donald Cerrone, Joe Lozon. I mean, who really gives a fuck? To be honest,
I'm going Lozon, but you know
I'm rooting for
whatever.
Lozon, but I have no idea.
Yeah. I'm not putting money on Lozon.
It's not
Let's
a
get
bad
that
fight.
straight.
And then who's the third bum-ass fight? What was it? Fucking Jesus Christ.
Ferguson and
Ferguson and Chandler. Not a bum fight.
yeah.
It's a really good fight. We're both saying fucking Michael Chandler is fucking starching this jackass.
Yeah, I think so.
100%
You can already see Ferguson's like storyline starting to emerge with like he's already starting like to complain, like he's setting himself up to just be kind of like a loser and just like be that whiny like loser kind of guy, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, he literally called we'll end with this just because I don't want to we're on 58 minutes here and I want to keep it under an hour. We have 60 seconds. He called Dana White a fucking like pseudo drug dealer. He said, I got this fucking boss of mine who's like acting like a fucking drug dealer who won't let me do things that I want to do, like go to WWE and all this other bullshit. The fact that you were thinking about going to WWE tells me this is not there anymore, man. You don't want to be the guy who was. You want to be the guy who you
But
are
I think
now.
some of these guys are right about Dana. I'm sure he's a piece of shit and like he robs everybody. I mean,
he's a promoter, dude. His job is to make the company and himself money. He also owns like 40% of the fucking UFC. So
right.
more, dude. It's literally.
But if we
like,
get bought out by the UFC, I'll be on here like I'll be like Dana's the best guy ever.
100%. You want to cut me a check, Dana? Dana, I'll make it look good, Poppy. I'll make it.
Yeah.
Look good,
You want our endorsement? We got like 5 fans.
I don't think Dana's the worst piece of shit in the world, man. I think he's shady, obviously, because he's a fucking promoter, but I really don't think he's that shitty. I don't think that he is pure by any fucking stretch, dude. But I don't think he's like intentional. I don't think he's going up to Paddy Pimblett going, okay, guys, this guy's secretly worth 40K, you know, per fight, but we're gonna offer him 12 and 12, and he's a fucking dumbass, and he doesn't know his value. That didn't, Paddy, you signed a fucking. I don't want to get into that. Yeah. Paddy, you signed a fucking contract like 6 months ago for 12 and 12. You fucking idiot. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You bitch, you're the newbie. You're the new guy. Fuck Paddy. We'll end with that. All right, guys. That was a ramble of an hour, and we're gonna keep it under an hour. We got 20 seconds to spare. Fuck yeah. That's Trent. I'm Kyle.
Okay.
Split decision.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Tomorrow, guys.
We're splitting on split
Oh,
decision.
it was supposed to be peace on.